Well, guys, we finally reached the final week of the regular season, and we are actually kind of sitting pretty. We've already clinched our playoff spot, we have a really good chance of winning the AFC West, and we're facing a team that's 6-10 in the Cleveland Browns. Yes, we're going to have to travel there, and yes, they are on a 2-game winning streak, but I feel pretty good about our chances here. And even if we end up losing, the Chiefs had to end up winning to tie us, and even then we have a chance of winning the tiebreaker. I really don't want to find out what that tiebreaker is. I'd really like to win the AFC West outright, but again, we have a really good chance of ending up winning it. We just have to go out of there and actually play our game, because the way that we ended up playing last week, I feel really good, honestly. And you can tell we're really doing great, especially with our offensive line. Not only are we running extremely well, but we're actually pass protecting for Frank pretty well too. He threw pretty well in that last game, and obviously a lot of that is attributed to this offensive line, because Frank is really bad under pressure, and so since he didn't have much pressure, he actually threw pretty well. But again, the rushing game has been phenomenal. Mayberry's leading the league in rushing yards, even though he's kind of sat out like a game and a half over the last couple of weeks. But still, leading the league. You got Sweat, who's already got like 500 yards. So we're doing fine. So all we have to do here is get as many rushing yards as possible, and I think we're going to get a big XP boost to all of these linemen. But doing that against this defense might be a little tough. They have 6 guys who have double digits in TFLs, and a lot more guys that are on the board as well. In terms of sacks, they have one guy with 8.5 and 3.5, and then everyone else is just a sack and a half below that as well. In terms of their interceptions, they have a couple guys who can actually get to the ball. So I have a lot of things to worry about. They are 6-10, but honestly, this defense is probably the thing that's keeping them in the games, because it looks like an offense that's led by Deshaun Watson, who's only got almost 2,500 yards this season, 17 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. So I'm really hoping that our secondary can really feast on him and really get a couple picks in the secondary. Of course, we have to deal with Nick Chubb, though. We know that he's a really great running back. He's got 1,300 yards and 9 touchdowns. For the most part, he's the one that they really lean on. Of course, they do have Jerome Ford as well. He'll get a couple carries. He's got a couple touchdowns this season already as well. And of course, Watson gets out there for a few scrambles, so maybe we have to contain the QB. And when they do throw, they have a lot of weapons that they can hit. Obviously, they still have Amari Cooper, David Njoku, Ankrum, who is one of their rookies, who is having a really great season so far. Hasn't gotten the end zone, but 40 receptions for 468, not bad. David Bell's got 359, 4 touchdowns, and a couple other guys in the hundreds. So not too bad, but a lot of guys that could really fill in if other guys end up getting hurt, or if they just have, a 4-receiver package, something like that. We're going to have to really kind of worry. But realistically, the biggest threat on this team is going to be Nick Chubb. So we're going to really defend the outside run, and again, I just really hope that the secondary can take care of it. And as for our offensive plan, per usual, we're running to the outside. We're going to really destroy this challenge that we end up having for the offensive line, and we're going to rush for over 200 today. As long as we're able to establish that outside run, I think that we're going to have a good chance of winning this game, especially if we're able to really kind of control the clock as well. We've been able to do it for the past couple of weeks, so no reason why we can't do it here in Cleveland. So let's go out here and get this win, and let's end the season on a good note. Plus, having the momentum going into the playoffs is going to be really nice. So let's go out here and let's see if the defense can do something, because we're in the snow. Maybe we can force a couple turnovers. However, last time we played in snow, we ended up losing a playoff game, so maybe that won't be the case. Yeah, man, he gets out there. We can't tackle Cooper, but still, big 21-yard gain up to midfield. Need to learn how to play in snow here. Ooh, but they end up going for a run. Thankfully, he finds one of our guys and only gets 3 yards on that one. But we need to do better than that if we feel like we're going to get the ball back, We need to do that. Oh, nice! That's the kind of thing that I'm talking about right there. Big stop by Aaron Donald, and that's a big TFL. Thankfully, that forces it to a 3rd and 9, and as long as we can hold them here, we get the ball back. Let's make sure that we can get in there and get a big stop. There we go. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Micah Parsons and Bosa getting in there, each for the half sack, and we got a 4th and 24. I get it, though. It's really tough to stop those two. Just like Mayberry right here, it's tough to stop him, but they definitely found a way and stopped him for a loss of 1. It's all right, I'm blaming the cold on that one. That's all. That's all right. Let's get him out for a screen. Can we get some blockers? Unfortunately not. That's only a gain of 2. That is not the type of offense that I want to see from these guys, especially early in the game. Let's see who we can pick up for a first down. Looks like that's going to be Foot. Let's go now. Big 18-yard gain right there. Well, not 18. It's how many Forbes has total. It's a 16-yard gain. Big one for Foot, and that's a first down for the Bison. Or Bisons. I forget that could also be plural. Either way, though, Let's run to the outside yet again. He didn't hold that block, and unfortunately, Mayberry's got negative rushing yards, I think, for the first time in his career. But then again, it's not the end of the game. That's not how he's going to end, you know what I mean? So let's rush right up the middle here, and he'll pick up more than enough, but unfortunately, that comes with an injury. Please don't let this be a long term. He stood up and started fighting with someone, so it looks like he'll be back pretty soon. But is it really going to be worth it? We really need him for the playoffs. 3rd and 6. Oh yeah, Foot is wide open. No one was lined up on him. We knew he was going to be open. That's another first down. It is unfortunately a lower back strain for Mayberry, so he'll be back soon, but we're going to lean on Sweat for a little bit. I'm okay with that. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that. -1, too. Both of our running backs are just doing fantastic today. To be fair, though, I did say that this was going to be a tough defense to run on. But we're going to still try to do it anyways. Look at that. There we go. We got a little more speed. Nice little cut up, and that's going to be a first down. Thankfully, both of them are back in the positive, and let's keep this up. Why not? There we go. Finds a nice little hole, but unfortunately only picks up 2. A 2nd and 8 in the red zone. Let's find a way to get a score here. Oh, no, that was bad. I should have just hung in the pocket because he was going to be wide open on the left, but 3rd and 8 now. It's going to be tough to pick up these yards, but we'll find a way to do so. There. Oh, come on. He kind of got in his way, but to be fair, it looked like it was going to be lofted out of his reach anyways, and we're going to have to settle for the field goal. It's definitely not the way we wanted to end that drive, but that's okay. We're still going to get our 3 points. Come on, Cody Parkey. Thankfully, that did sneak in, though, and we got a 3-0 lead. That's what we'd like to see. Now the defense just has to continue to respond. If we can get in like we did on that last drive, oh boy, we're going to be good. Oh, no. That's not good. Get Watson. Get him down. Come on now. Worst part is I knew he was going to hold on to that. I'm sure all you guys did too, but still, at the same time, it's a little upsetting. And he fell for it again. That one was actually on the computer. That one's not on me. Come on, get him down. How is Watson the leading rusher in this game? That is really unfortunate. Last play of the quarter. Let's get him down. He's doing it again. Wrong guy. Come on now. And after one, we are still winning 3-0, but they're really finding our kryptonite right now. We need to find a way to stop Watson. I'm sure we're not the only ones in the world that have ever said that. Not just on the football field. All right, let's get him down now. Damn, how did you let him get that? Oh, you didn't. He dropped it. My bad. I should have actually looked before I said anything. And that, my friends, is the power of Max Houston. He is a beast. I'm glad we drafted him. Let's get to him. Oh, man, he actually handed the ball off this time. And he gets the first down to the 8. But we can still stand tall here. Empty backfield. Just need to make sure he doesn't get out of the pocket. Well, he doesn't. He just throws it to Njoku, and that's going to be a touchdown. We're going to go down by 4 points, but again, you know what? At least our offense is moving downfield a bit. Question is, can they get in the end zone, though? Because that's what we really need. But unfortunately, Mayberry is still out, but Sweat is still doing pretty well. So let's go 1st and 10, first play of the drive. Let's get out there, and he's wide open, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Over to Gabriel. That's going to be a first down. And after a really big game by Sweat, we are over midfield down to the 34-yard line. That's what I'm talking about. We're actually starting to roll here. And that's what we like to see in this game. That was a really bad pass. I didn't see that he was actually covered man-to-man. 2nd and 10. We were a little eager there, and that's definitely on me. But there we go. Things that are not eager. Sweat was not overly eager to really kind of run through there. He had some really good patience, found the hole, and got close to the first down. And you know what we do on 3rd and inches? We make a really bad call and go to Dyson. We honestly should have just kept going to Sweat. And honestly, that's what we're going to do on 4th and 1. We're at the 25. It's snowing. I don't know if I really trust our kicker. But I trust Sweat to get a first down. And to get a good block there by Gabriel. That's what I'm talking about. 55 yards on the game on 6 rushes and down to the 14. Even after he kicks him in the head. So 1st and 10, we're getting close to the end zone here. Let's see if we can get there. We cannot. That is out of range for Jefferson, unfortunately, but we have it 2nd and 10 still. And that is still extremely manageable. So let's pick that up right here. That's what I'm talking about. We got the speed with Sweat, but can't quite get out there enough. That's only 3. And how do we keep ending up in these situations? 3rd and 7 here. We are unfortunately going to throw a pick. That sucks, but thankfully we get them down at the 9-yard line. We don't come away with points, but at least they don't have great field position. I didn't quite realize how deep that route was going to be. That's on me. That's okay, though. 1st and 10. Let's just pick up a stop here. They are going to run it. And thankfully, we are... Well, I thought we were all over that, but he still picks up 6. And that's the power of the Chubb, baby. Don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise. Let's go. Nice stop right there by Aaron Donald. He is definitely the MVP of this defense. He might not have gotten that sack earlier, but he has gotten a couple TFLs here, and that has put us in really good position to be able to get through there. Wow, what a catch! Holy cow, man. Njoku, that's why he's just such a great tight end in the league. And he found a way to get up there and be able to catch that one. He definitely extended for this one. Look at this. He got that little burst and jumped up and got that. That is rough for us. And that's what we get for having someone who's got number 73 kind of guarding him out there one-on-one. Not great, but I thought we were going to have that bottled up. But unfortunately, we didn't, and Watson gets out there for another big gain. We might have to watch out for that at halftime. And by that, I mean actually switching our game plan up because, yeah, dude is getting out there on those options. Oof. Oh, gets just absolutely laid out across the middle. That's what I'm talking about. Only a gain of 3 on that short pass. But we can't let them keep getting, positive gains here. We need to stop them and get a big TFL or get a sack. That actually looks like... Oh, that's going to be a no gain. We'll take that, though. 3rd and 7. So time to get a big stop right here. We need to get the ball back, especially before half. Or at least stop them from getting in there. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. We call a timeout. Big plays by that defense right there. Now we're going to get the ball back with about a minute left. But man, that is a great punt. And that pins us back at the 2 with a minute to go. We're going to have to just run out of here and just try to get out. Wow, thankfully we were on like the 1-inch line now. And now we're going to waste a little clock because I don't feel confident for back here. Let's go. 2nd and 12. Oh my gosh. No shot. There's no way Gabriel is actually going to get the touchdown on the slant. He has the speed. No way. I can't believe that. That is a big 99-yard. And I don't even know how many feet and inches in addition to that. Yard touchdown for Gabriel right there. I can't believe he got open on the slant and they just had no one back there to stop him. That is a big play before the end of the first half, and that gives us a ton of momentum and give us a chance to score once we get the ball back after half. But let's go. That big play puts us up 10-7. And just when you thought all hope was lost, Gabriel comes out of just nowhere and just carries the team. That's what I'm talking about. I thought it was going to be Mayberry today, but nope. Looks like it's the Gabriel show. And that is how the half is going to end. We got that lead 10-7 on that great slant play right there. And man, 152 yards. That's usually like double what we have at the end of the game. We're really cooking here in the first half. So honestly, I know it's not working as well as the inside run, but we're definitely running to the outside more, and we had a couple TFLs on that. But still, I think Sweat's doing really well with that. We're doing great in the air, but as long as we keep going with the rushing attack, I think that's going to open up the passing game. And honestly, I think we're honestly going to defend the medium pass here. I only say that because they're going to have to pass here in the second half, and we're going to have to defend that. We do have to worry about Watson getting out for a couple runs as well, but as long as we're able to... we end up getting stopped at the 25. But as long as we have a couple guys that are back there to kind of keep an eye on him too, I think we're going to be fine. And I see the middle of the field that is just completely green. So let's go with the run right up the middle with Mayberry. Let's see if he can get a big hole. That's not too bad. And boy, he breaks a couple tackles and gets about 9.5. So 2nd and inches already. Doing extremely well right here. And let's see if we can actually hit Gary. How did he make that pick? That was a really great play. That is rough. Not a great throw by Frank, unfortunately. And yeah, that's not how we want to start the second half. And all that momentum just gets sucked right out of the room. Thanks, Frank. But we're going to have to find a way to get some stops here, and that is not the way to do it. Cooper for a couple. I guess more than a couple because, again, that was a first down. But come on, we need to do extremely well in coverage, and that's a pass for 4. Chancellor, thankfully, ends up making the stop. And there was supposed to be someone out there to stop him, but nope, Watson gets a first. I don't know what else we can do to stop him. I mean, we have a couple guys that are supposed to be out there and contain, or at least one guy, but that's just not happening. But man, if they try to run up the middle like that, you know we're going to clog that up. Chubb for a loss. So hopefully that flips a little momentum back to us, and let's hope we can continue to get some pressure like that. Oh, buddy, you should have just looked. It was coming right at ya. You would have thought that he could have made that play. But now we have a 3rd and 13. They're in field goal range, but let's try to push them out. Instead, we're going to let them get a first down on a 3rd and long. Not the defense you want to see. Why were you crashing on that? You were not supposed to. Oh, but he fumbles it. Get the ball. What kind of dive was that? That was one of the most animated dives I've ever seen. That's hilarious. But they get it at the 8 because he fumbled it out of bounds. I don't know what happened to the ball either. That was strange. But there we go. That's a pick by Chancellor. That is huge. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. We get the ball back at the 20. No damage done. Ladies and gentlemen, your potential defensive rookie of the year right there. He is just doing phenomenally this season, showing why we ended up picking him so early. But we really need to capitalize here. I totally forgot that we had that challenge with the offensive line. So let's pick up a bunch of yards right here, and let's get close to the first down. But Garrett Bowles goes down with an injury. That's going to be rough. And while not popular, I think they're going to be expecting the pass here. So let's run to the outside. Oh no. Jukes up. Breaks the tackle, thankfully, but doesn't quite get to the first down marker. And unfortunately, with the lead and how well the defense is doing, I think we need to punt this away. We can't risk it, unfortunately. That is extremely unfortunate. But again, our defense is actually playing extremely well today. Oh, we actually had the guy out there for him, but I just did not tackle him. That is unfortunate. I still need to really work on my defense. I mean, we got the pick, don't get me wrong, but man, stuff like that, we just can't have that happening. Wow, what a weird animation there, 9 yards. And they're so close to a first down, they gotta go for the option right here. They don't, they just go for a pass. Unfortunately, he ended up getting it away, and that's gonna be a first down again. But you know how we counter all that? We send 5 right here. Bro, you were supposed to sit out there and kind of wait and see what he ended up doing. No one wants to play contain. I'm doing everything I can to get someone out there. But no, unfortunately, oh my goodness. How did we let Chubb get out there? And that is a big gain of 9. So let's kind of send the house here. Why not? Right? Man, yeah, and they end up going with the run. Someone's got to stop Chubb before he gets in. We can't end the third quarter giving up a score here. We need to get in there and be able to stop them. Thankfully, we do. Let's go. Get him down there. Max Houston coming in from the secondary and picking up the sack. And thankfully, that big play by Houston ends up ending the quarter. And going into the fourth, we're up by 3, 10-7. Not a pretty game, but at least we're up. And I don't trust him down here in the red zone. Not going to lie. We ended up getting to pick that last time. But unfortunately, I don't think we're going to do that. But we get the stop. It looked like he was going to go into the end zone, but ended up going laterally. And we get this stop on second down. But now, 3rd and goal on the 1. Everyone's got to crash here. Let's get in there. Let's get the stop. How did we not stop him? You were right there to take him. But Watson walks in. He's got over 100 yards on the ground. And don't do that in front of the crowd, man. You don't need a second. Don't worry, stop myself before I said anything more. Either way, though, we go down by 4, but we get the ball back with 7.5 left. And unfortunately, Jalen Carter went out with an injury on just the extra point. Oh my gosh, Sims gets free a little bit and only gets up to the 35. Thankfully, it is only a shoulder strain for Jalen, so he'll be back, but we're going to put him on the bench for a little bit. Well, let's go. Mayberry's in the zone. Let's pick up a first down right here. Great blocks. That is huge. Juke! And gets up to the 46-yard line, but no. Gabriel goes down, and that looks like a hamstring. Please don't leave for the game. Thankfully not. That looks like muscle cramps. He'll be back. To be fair, he's done enough for the team already. He's well over 100 yards. And, man, we're really proud of him today. Not proud of that one right there as we lose 1. It's a 2nd and 11 in a really shaky stadium right here. Let's see if we can pick that up. Holy cow, how did he shed those blocks? 3rd and 16. And that means we get to resort to one of my favorite plays, the screen pass. There we go. Mayberry gets some blocks. Get to the outside. Not even close. And we have a 4th and 7. On the 44, though. But I still think that that is going to be just way too far to be able to kick the field goal or to be able to go for it. So let's just punt it away and try to pin them back. So not too bad. We get them back to the 12-yard line. They have 88 yards to go in 5.5 minutes, but we have 3 timeouts if we need them, if they decide to chew clock. But if they don't, There we go. We don't even have to worry about that. That's what I'm talking about. That is a big interception by Spencer on the 22-yard line. And man, all right, let's try to score now on the 22. Let's just be careful with the ball because I feel like we can definitely score down here. We just need to make sure that we don't do anything stupid. And if you guys have been around the channel for a while, you know that tends to happen more often than not. So let's go 1st and goal right here. Let's pick up the score. That's what I'm talking about. Can he plow in? He sure does. He is not necessarily the tallest guy on the field or the biggest one. But man, he's got a lot of power to get in there. And there's his first score of the game. That's what I'm talking about. Bro ended the first quarter, I think, with negative yards. So it's nice to see him be able to get that score and get that yardage total up too. So now the defense has to do what they've been doing pretty well all game. And that's stop them, get pressure, and force some turnovers here. Ooh, the little... There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That little shovel pass right there. I love it. Honestly, that's been one of my favorite plays in the college football 25 so far. I love that thing. Only because you know me, I'm not great when I'm passing. There we go. Nice little stop there for a 3rd and 11. So time for a big stop right here. But yeah, you guys know I'm not a great passer. So it's nice to get big yards on little things like that. There we go. We end up getting them down. Big sack right there by Aaron Donald. Yikes, I should not have said that slowly. And now we got a 4th and 21 on the 15. And my bad, I did not see... No, I did see the right number. I did see the right number. That is Aaron Donald. I don't know why they ended up showing Myles Garrett. So we get the ball back with about 3.5, and let's start to chew some clock. How does that sound? And we got plenty of field to actually do that, too. We have a good 52 yards to be able to get right here. And there we go. Good 6-yard gain right there. We're getting up to the 1st down marker. Just big positive plays every time. You know what the funny thing is? I was actually thinking about going for a pass play on this one. Imagine how dumb that would have been. Actually, never mind. That probably would have been a good one. And unfortunately, that stops the clock. He will be back soon, though. But again, that unfortunately stops the clock. And that means we need to find a way to pick this up. And I think that's going to be right there. No, that was a big 1st down right there, but he just couldn't hold on to it. Foot, who is typically pretty sure-handed, just couldn't hang on to that one, unfortunately. And now we got to try to pin him back again. So unfortunately, not as good as we were hoping. Back at the 16, though. Let's get in there. There we go. He has to dump it off short, and let's stop Chubb. And all they need is a field goal to tie it up. So let's keep them out of field goal range. Our defense has been great so far. There we go. Way to shed that block and end up taking him down. It may have taken 3 quarters, but we found a way to stop him when he gets out for the run. There we go. There we go. A really bad pass. 4th and 3, but they're going to have to go for it. It's time we all just kind of crash in on him right here. Let's get it. They're probably going to go for an option, aren't they? Yeah, they are, but they're going to run it. Someone stop him. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. We stopped Chubb before he gets to the 1st down marker. Micah Parsons thankfully gets him down for only a gain of a couple. And we get the ball back on the 25. Now we just got to chew some clock. They do have all 3 timeouts, so we're not out of the woods yet. We need 1 1st down, and then we'll be able to kind of ice this game. And unfortunately, we're not going to do it with 2-yard gains like that. Little by little. Let's get to the outside here. We do. Come on, get some speed, buddy. Yeah, Mayberry. Can't quite get to the 1st down marker, and he actually gets us out for that, too. Damn. That was definitely not what we needed. So we need to get this 1st down right here. There we go. I love our offensive line. We end up getting down for that 1st down to the 11. We just got to have them waste 1 more timeout now. Let's go. Let's get in there. Thankfully, we get down. That's our last timeout. Now let's just waste the clock. If we could get a touchdown, too, that would be pretty damn cool. Not expecting it, but that would be awesome. And for some reason, Coach wants to go for a passing play here. So let's indulge him. Nice catch. Not quite a 1st down, though. 4th and 3, but we can run this down to about 13 seconds. So decisions here. Do we just kick the field goal and make it so they have to actually score a touchdown to win? Do we end up faking it, trying to go for the touchdown ourselves? If not, we pin them back at the 4. Who knows? No, we're taking our easy points. I'm sorry. I know. As long as they don't get a field goal, we're going to be fine. Our defense is playing well. And again, this is more a reflection of how well our defense is doing, not necessarily how bad our offense is doing. Just going to put that out there. So 7 seconds to go. They need to actually get in the end zone to win or do anything here. So let's make sure that doesn't happen as he ends up throwing it out. And now they're down to their final play. Let's make sure he doesn't even get rid of the ball. How does that sound? We want our dub right here, and we're going to get it, damn it. One way or another, we're going to get in. Get over there. I can't believe he is just... No way. Sims, catch that? Thank you very much. Oh, he didn't catch it, but at least he knocked it down as an incomplete pass. And we end up coming out of this one 20-14. A little shaky at the end, don't get me wrong, but honestly, our defense played extremely well, had 2 turnovers, and our offense, despite the fact that we didn't have as much production as we were hoping we would have, we still ended up winning, and we ended up scoring 20 points. And even though Forbes only threw for a 50% completion percentage, he had 163 yards with a touchdown. He had 2 interceptions as well, but Watson, 116, a touchdown, 2 interceptions as well. Can you believe it? Forbes actually outplayed Watson. Now, unfortunately, on the ground, Watson did have 127 yards and a touchdown, but no, we're just looking at the passing stats. Mayberry did not break 100, unfortunately, and only averaged 4.2. That is not good for him, truly. But at the same time, he still had a touchdown. We're happy about that. Chubb only had 9 for 37. Sweat had a pretty good game, 8 for 56 after Mayberry ended up going down with that little injury. And then Dyson ended up getting stopped on that 3rd and inches. That was unfortunate. But in terms of the passing game, no one on their team broke 40 yards. Njoku was the only one who ended up scoring. Cooper did have 3 for 40 as well. And everyone else only had 2 receptions, either for 16, 8, or 12 yards. But for us, it was all the Gabriel show. That's what I'm talking about. Granted, that was and they're calling it a 100-yard touchdown. That's what I'm talking about. Take that away, he only had 1 for 19, but that's okay. Had over a 100-yard game. That's what I'm talking about. Foot had 2 for 31. That one costly drop, though, but again, in the end, it didn't really matter. And Devontae Gary had 1 for 2. Now, in terms of our defense, it was actually pretty good. Look, Tuck and Houston actually led in tackles. Oh my goodness, man, we had so many guys with them. I mean, we had, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 TFLs in this game. 11. We did only have 3 sacks, but honestly, that's about as many as we had over the course of the last 5 weeks before this. So I'm taking this game as a huge dub. We had 2 interceptions, that one big one by rookie Moses Spencer, and the other one by rookie Sidney Chancellor. Yes, we have a young secondary, but man, they're cooking at the end of the season, and that is the way we want to go into the playoffs, because as long as the defense is doing what they're doing like they did in this game, we are going to be fine, and we should make a pretty deep run. But that will also require our offense to really kind of get on the same page as well. But we look at the results of the game and of this challenge. Again, we didn't have a ton of rushing yards, but honestly, we had a good amount. In terms of what we do, it wasn't a great week, I should say that. But in terms of just normally, we actually did a really good job. And we had between 100 and 149 yards rushing, which means that everyone on the offensive line gets 2,500 XP. And that's going to be great for every single one of them, especially as we head into the playoffs. And I didn't even mention the best thing. Because we won that game, we win the AFC West. That's what I'm talking about. For the first time in San Diego Bison's history, we end up winning the AFC West no matter what the Chiefs do this week. So let's advance to the wild card and let's see who our opponent's going to be and where we ended up in the bracket. And it looks like we're going to be taking on Jacksonville, who is 10-7. Now, it looks like we picked up the 3 seed. I know you guys can't see up here. That is the Bengals against Kansas City. The Dolphins did get the 1 seed and got the first round bye. Then we got the Colts and the Bills down here. That's going to be a really interesting matchup. And in the NFC, we got the Niners with the bye in the first round. We also have the Panthers and the Saints. That's going to be an interesting divisional matchup too. We do also have the Cowboys and the Rams, and of course Green Bay and the Eagles. It's going to be a really interesting playoffs, the 2025 playoffs. Hopefully we can end up taking them down and end up getting a pretty good matchup here in the divisional round. Only time will tell, though. Now, we're not going to look at this until next week, but it looks like we're going to be making a playoff push for a certain veteran on our team. And honestly, looking at our team, that could be a lot of different guys, honestly. I'm hoping that's not going to be Aaron Donald because, again, he's just an absolute monster and still just produces, even though he's getting older and older. It just doesn't end. But either way, we're going to find out who that is. We're going to look at Jacksonville and see how we're going to match up against them. It's going to be a really, really great matchup, and I can't wait for it. Hopefully we can make a deep playoff run, and hopefully we can get a win in this last season of the San Diego Bisons franchise. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to go down and drop a like. If you're new, subscribe. and we'll see you guys next week in the wild card round.